Welcome to the first of many episodes of KIWR TV. Something new that Rob is bringing and introducing to you guys out there. This is where I would do interviews one-on-one with guests from all genres. Did I say that right?
I mean, you was close. You was close. Close enough.
Yeah. Well, today, first interview. We've been trying to put this together for a minute. Guy goes by the name of Duke. I think that his story is very interesting. I think you all will really find this very interesting. So without further ado, welcome to the first KIW TV show, Duke.
What's going on?
Appreciate you coming through, man.
No problem, man.
Yeah. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So you grew up in Detroit.
For sure.
Yeah. Two-parent home?
Full time. You know how it go.
Yeah, no.
I think my pops left the crib. I won't say left the crib, but around 8 is when, the little separation thing happened with my pops and moms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How was life growing up back then? Well, first of all, how old are you? You don't mention your age.
43.
Okay.
Yeah, be 44 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So back then we would say from 8 to just say 8 to high school. How was life growing up back then?
I mean, if you start from 8, I mean, back in the day, life was, it was a lot different, man. We grew up different. You feel me? Than what these kids kind of grow up today. It was more family unity, things like that. I mean, but I guess for me personally, I will say, it's nothing that I can say was negative necessarily. I will say we did a lot of moving around.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of guys from the city coming from where I come from, you could say, yeah, I grew up here. I grew up on this side of town, whether it's east, west, southwest, or whatever it may be. I could never do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we kind of year or two here, year or two there, as far as I can remember, you know what I'm saying? So that was one of the things that I can remember, kind of moving around, bouncing around a lot. You know what I'm saying?
What schools did you attend?
Man, when you talking about high school, middle school?
Yeah, high school. We'd say high school.
Okay, so I went to 3. I started at Cooley, ended up at McKenzie for a few years, and then I graduated from Mumford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say you was a bad kid growing up?
I mean, the definition of bad, I'll say this though. I think I was a different type of kid growing up, to be honest. Like, I always go back down there and have them conversations. I started to do some bad shit. Can we cuss on here? Okay, yeah, because I don't know. But yeah, so but I was always kind of more grounded in a lot of the little peers of, from different age brackets around me. But yeah, I definitely, for sure. I was bad because I was more advanced. You know what I'm saying? I was mature. I was stealing and driving my mother's car at like 10, 11 years old. Then I had to watch my little brother while she worked once my pops left. So being like 10, 11, I know how to cook. I could man the whole house while she was doing her thing to try to pay them bills. So me being more advanced, I was a little bit more ahead of my time. You know what I'm saying? So that comes with me doing a lot of different stuff that some kids may not have been doing at the time. So it was kind of like that.
I heard that you was good at sports too.
Man, yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, it's 30-some years later, and I get random people walking up to me, bro, I remember you. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It is always off basketball, though. You feel me? Even a little bit of football, and then just anything, whether it's ping pong at the recreation center, because I was growing up in Brightmoor at the time. I used to be at Crowell. And I remember my little football coach there. Yeah, I was cold at that ping pong, something like Forrest Gump, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I could do pretty much any sport, man. It was crazy. Tennis, all that. I played all the soccer, everything. So yeah, I was always just.
What was your favorite? I mean, like.
Well, of course, basketball. Yeah, I really wanted to try to do that. That was my thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had hoop dreams, as they say. Yep.
Are we gonna? I mean, I guess we're still on the same page, but well, what people will find out later on. But I'm gonna ask this question: at what age did you start to go down the wrong path? Because you seem like, besides the parents divorcing and everything, you still seem like you was pretty much family knitted. You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
So the wrong path to me is like this. It's just like in the black family and in some in other families too. When you don't have that foundation of a two-parent household, it's harder. You know what I'm saying? One parent got to work. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get to the point, like I said, I was being left at the house at, I say honestly, when I really was doing that, 11. I remember the street. I remember the time. And with that no supervision, I'm out there to kind of do things and figure stuff out in the neighborhood outside the whole nine. So I was getting into different little stuff. So when you say bad, roaming the neighborhood and doing me and stuff like that. But if we talking about real trouble, that didn't really start until honestly late, like 19,
okay.
20.
Okay.
Like I never, well, no, I did some bad stuff around 16 because we was being in. We was breaking in and stealing stupid stuff. It was a couple there. Yeah. I did the 16, 17, 15. I had my little times. That was probably the worst thing I did at that time. But really turning up on some other stuff, it kind of started about 19, 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm gonna go because you kind of answered it, but you didn't. So, was there any influences that caused you to take these wrong paths?
You know what? That's the thing about me. All my life, man, I never been easily influenced. If anything, I probably would do the influencing. It's not to be like tooting the horn. Like I never followed the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the neighborhood young, you had what you call gang banging and things like that. I never joined any of that. When those guys come around, want you to kind of be on their team. If anything, it was like, bro, just let me be. And you have your little problems with it because they want everybody to be on their type of time. But I never was on that. I just always did my own thing. And if anything, I had my little crew of cats and most of the time I'm kind of the head of the situation for the most part as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, teenager, all that type of stuff. Never followed no crowd. So it wasn't no bad influence I could say. But just still being attached to my circle, we, like I say, 19, 20, 21, yeah, we had a little stretch of some things that just wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So look, in 2004, I was about to say 24. So 2004, you ended up having to face the consequences of things you've done. And you end up having to sit down for a minute. What led up to this? Could you talk about?
Well, I got you. So, like I say, to me, being a father now, you know what I'm saying? I would say, if you say leads up to it, it's not having the right family structure to begin with, the foundation. It just is what it is. I don't do no blaming though, because I'm a believer in. I got to a certain age, and I knew right from wrong, and I don't never put nothing on like, oh, well, my pops wasn't there, so or my mama didn't. Nah. 14, 13, 15. I knew right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I made decisions. Now, if you was probably properly guided and had that structure, maybe things didn't happen. But I just think that's why it's key for me to be, a family man like I am and try to make sure that I'm more involved because I think that still plays a role.
Right.
So getting back to your question though,
2004.
2004, like, what happened was, being out there, man, I graduated Mumford, man. I went to Henry Ford Community College, tried to play ball. You got to remember, I'm like 17, 18 at the time. That didn't work out. Didn't make the team. Killed the tryouts, though. But didn't make the team because they already had a team. You know what I'm saying? So it was politics. And I think that was the turning point because I was like, I'm gonna try this college stuff. I'm gonna start here community. I'm gonna move up and try to get at least D2, D1, whatever. I still had them hoop dreams at that time. And once that happened, I think that was the pivotal moment where that was my plan, so to speak. I'm gonna play basketball. I'm gonna use that to get somewhere. Whoopty wop. And then I started to fall more into the street stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, moving around with guys. To be honest, man, the stuff I went to prison for, 2004, didn't do it. That's the honest answer, right? Police, they do what they do, but I will say this. I never looked at it all the way like, okay, I didn't do this. They framed me the whole nine. What I told myself to really make it make sense was that, you were still leading a certain type of lifestyle. Yeah, you didn't do this, but you did stuff you got away with. So
let's talk about what they framed you for.
Okay, so it was an armed robbery. I went to prison I had 6 years, 9 months. Random armed robbery around the neighborhood I was staying in, 7 Mile, Illinois. I actually stayed down there about 6 in between Puritan 6 and Wyoming. But so it was a random armed robbery happened. Police picked me up. Now I tell you this, I had a guy kind of that was around me. He was out there kind of doing his thing. We young. He robbing shit. And the thing was, I know how it go. Police was watching, see me with him, things happening. And it was just a storyline of like they rolled down on me, told me that actually they rolled down on us. They picked him up, took him in. He called me. So he ended up doing some time. I didn't get pinched on his situation because it wasn't no situation with me anyway. But they figured, I'm sure it's a bunch of robberies going around in the neighborhood. So they just figured if you fit the bill, you part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? So they came back and got me months later. But what they did when they took me in and questioned me about dog, the police thing is they ain't like how I talk to them. I ain't snitching. I don't have nothing to say, you know what I'm saying? And they told me, okay, we got you. And then sure shit stink. That happened in like May, what was that? 2003. And by October 2003, they just pulled up on me and said I robbed somebody on 7 Mile, Illinois. Took me straight to the 12th precinct. I'm laughing like, okay, this is a joke. Because I know I'm actually was trying to get back at school at the time. I had a baby on the way, the whole nine. So I was trying to get my life in order, right? Get away from all the stupid stuff. So just by circumstance, how things happen, by chance, rather, how things happen. I was definitely on the path of like really understanding, like, bro, all this shit crazy. Let me got this baby on the way. And then they just put that on me. You know what I'm saying? Dog was part of the reason. When his situation happened, he did go in there telling, trying to put me in with his shit, but I never, it wasn't one of those, because I got locked up on his type of case. It was more like they didn't have nothing on me. They didn't have shit on him. He told on himself because he was scared. Some guys do that. But they still wanted me. They figured if I'm connected to him, that's the story goes. You got to watch the crowd that you hang with, man. So that's just a lesson in that. That shows I got 7 whole years for armed robbery. I have no idea what happened, but like I say, I put stuff into perspective. I have did things before, right?
So you feel it was kind of karma? Or
I don't know if karma is attached to superstition, right? But in my own mind, I made it make that type of sense for me. Why I did that time. My thing for me was I can yell, damn, I ain't do it. That's actual facts, right? But so while I'm a young kid at the time that did do some little things, right? It's just showing me how the system can just frame you on a case and you will get actual time. And I'm sure some guys that's happened to, and they wasn't even me with the others, like, oh yeah, they probably never did nothing. They just was with the wrong crowd. You know what I'm saying? and they'd get framed just the same way because it can't happen.
Damn.
So that's what that taught me. I did them real 6 years, 9 months. So I say, wow, you know, had to watch my son be born while I was in the county. So the first basically 7 years of his life, I was, locked up,
Okay, so they get you, and we kind of went ahead, but the trial, like,
Okay.
I just want to know when the trial come,
Mm-hmm.
when they told you the guilty verdict, like, how
Mm-hmm.
did you feel? Like, what was?
It ain't registered like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you like this. I ain't gonna say I'm different. Some guys may cry, some people may do this and that. But for me, I didn't have really no feeling like I can remember. That was just like, it was just kind of like, damn. Okay, that's a feeling. It was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I thought about my son on the way. That was the first thing. And I watched the mother of him run out the courtroom crying. So I thought about her, that type of stuff, that situation. My mom's, like, damn, this crazy. So it was feelings, but it wasn't registering for a minute that I'm really about to do this time, though. You know what I'm saying? That came later when I really had to sit with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, this is real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that.
So what facility you get sent to? Like, how
So
they go?
yeah, usually, so when the guilty verdict came, you go in the county, they process you in. You got to go through all that before they shoot you to Jackson, and you do quarantine. So I went there. I think I was in the county about 30 days. That, to be honest, that's the roughest time you're gonna do to me. It's the county.
Why?
Because the county is treacherous, bro. Prison is treacherous, but listen, the county, please hurry up and send me to my prison. You see what I'm saying? Because like, if you got to be in that county for too long, man, the conditions is just like,
oh, the conditions.
Yeah, it's so inhumane. You feel me?
So in the county, do you have like, do you have your own cell, or you sharing, like, besides just a bunkie type
you
shit?
got a rock.
Okay.
You got a rock, and it's a bunch of cells on this rock, maybe 10 or whatever it may be, and then each guy got their own cell. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, that type of setup. But terrible for sure.
So when I ask this question, like, your first experience, like, I know you touched on the county, but once you get to this prison now, right? What was that first experience like? Now, because you 22 years old now, right?
Yeah, I was 22 at that time on the first first thing. And you saying what, the prison?
Yeah, that first experience, the first.
So
7 years.
Again, it said once I got to quarantine, you sit in that cell by yourself. Yeah, I cried, but the tears came from things like, damn, I'm gonna be honest, it was my son at the time, thinking like I ain't there, and stuff like that. Still kind of looking at it a little bit like, man, they totally framed me too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It came a little bit later when I had to make sense for myself. But yeah, but so, and then you get to the prison yard, man. Hey, state prison in Michigan. You go in, you don't know what's gonna happen. So you hear stories and this,
like,
that, and the third.
Movies and TV.
Like I say,
jail. You be like, damn.
I'm different. I'm used to being on my own. Like I say, I'm never easily influenced. So prison type of setup is all about a little bit kind of joining the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna be solo dolo. You gonna put yourself out there to possibly be victimized, or people looking at you like, oh, okay, you ain't got no backup. You trying to rock by yourself. So, but I was gonna do that anyway. I ain't, so guys go in there, they may join a religion. Guys go in there and join a gang. But really that'd be for protection though. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't me.
So like, if you can remember that first week. Now I know minus the crime or just sit back thinking, but once you start like that first week, when you like that first 7 days, like I said, if you can remember, you just start to see like, this is my new life. Like,
It wasn't even the first 7 days. I mean, but I go ahead and walk you through what it was. I'm gonna tell you, it came months later that I had to realize this is my life. That's how long I'm saying before it really registered. It took that long to really settle in and be like, oh no, I'm really about to do it. Because in the beginning, you still got hopes of an appeal. So I was still holding on to, no, I know I ain't about to do all this time anyway. We gonna shoot that appeal in. I ain't do this, you feel me? So I'm like, man, I'm gonna get out. I was still grasping on that. That's when it really, the settling in came once I realized that appeal ain't about to go nowhere, you feel me? But just to tell you, like, going in, you know what I'm saying? You just really just trying to watch what's going on. I mean, at least that's what I did. Just trying to see the lay of the line. I'm real observant, see what's going on, see how dudes moving, see what's really the politicking on the yard. Even though it's my first time, I mean, again, I'm a little bit more advanced mentally, in my opinion, right? So I can kind of read what this is. It wasn't being afraid, but definitely being in a situation where you like kind of like what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna go on. Just staying to myself. But for the most part,
You know, I think because I know people who got locked up, and I guess it depends on where you get locked up at. But a lot of people,
no, that's the thing. That's
a lot
the
of
thing.
people be like, it ain't shit like how TV make it seem.
Well, it can be, just depends on where you at.
Yeah.
You know, I got guys that have been across the country doing a lot of different Fed type of time. And then, you know, so your state time is different from Fed time, right? And even in state prisons, you got levels. You know what I'm saying? So it's level 1. Even though it goes down on any yard, meaning level 1, 2, 4, 5, but it's still different though. You know, I did go to a 2 where I'm in there with lifers. So lifers mean guys that ain't never going home. So that's, you know, but by being a 2, why things happen, whether it's stabbings, fights, beat downs, all that old stuff that goes on in prison, it definitely happened. Police getting beat up, all that. People killing themselves, all that while I was in there.
All right, so hold on, because we going a little fast. So look out, because you going into my next question.
Right, okay, I got you.
In those 7 years, what's something you seen that made you think I ain't never coming back here when I get out? Or like the worst thing you ever seen?
Well, that's a question. I'm gonna say this. I can't really say it's something that I seen that made me say that to myself.
It was just the whole
this experience was like I'm never coming back. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff I've seen, but them one of the reasons why I said I ain't never. Just me coming in here was enough for me to say I ain't never coming back. You feel me? Just not having your freedom took away from you. You know what I'm saying? That's enough. You don't need to see nothing crazy. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I ain't see them. You know, I've seen people get beat up. Seen people get stabbed. Heard about people dying on the yard. And then when I say dying, the dying was from like people who actually killed themselves. That happened a couple times. I did watch a guy jump off like the 4th tier though. This was in quarantine. Big guy too, man. And the sound of that noise of him jumping off that thing and not, you know, unaliving himself, as they say now, and just hearing that moaning and seeing him down on that ground bent up, that's actually the craziest thing I've seen.
So this is when you kind of first got there, right?
Well, I'll say this too. That wasn't on the first one either. That was what you gonna get to. But that's the craziest thing that I saw. That's definitely the craziest thing I actually seen with my own eyes.
Okay. So how does a person get through mentally, get through time like that? Like
busy yourself. Look, busy yourself. All that which y'all probably normally hear, whether it's working out, reading, you know what I'm saying, having a schedule. Plenty of guys have probably said that. Like, to me, that's definitely the key, and staying out the way. But you definitely got to have a routine, though.
Right.
When you talking about you about to be doing years, you feel me? But time at some point kind of goes fast in there just the same, man. It's a blur when you get to whatever day you coming home. You look back and you looking like, damn, that shit went so quick, man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. So you
That's
stay
nice.
busy.
All right, so you get out in 2011.
Yep.
Yeah.
2011.
How did it feel? What was your mental, like, what was your plans when you
Okay,
got
so
out?
I'm that guy. So I definitely was in there. That was part of, putting that time together, reading, trying to read up on things that I want to do. And since I always had the type of way of want to be, I guess you could say, an entrepreneur, own my own business, work for myself type of guy, I would read up on things and put my plans together. And coming home in 2011, one of the things was I started like the landscaping, get a pickup truck, get some lawn equipment. It was landscaping, but it actually started more hauling, removal, clean outs, scrapping, things like that. An older cat, may rest in peace, turned me on to it. And I tell you, that was kind of a game changer for me, just scrapping alone. That was one of them things you used to see guys riding around with them trucks and things, picking up the stuff off the side of the road. You be like,
Yeah.
oh, these guys ain't really doing nothing. But what I learned was on a small scale, just doing it that way, these guys was making thousands of dollars a week. And at that time, who got a job making thousands of dollars a week if they put the work in
Right.
for themselves?
Right.
But I actually can make $2,000 a week and doing my own thing back then. You know what I'm saying? And these, so it was a thing or more,
Yeah. So did you succeed with your plan?
I mean,
I know we gonna fast forward.
when you say
Yeah.
succeed, my thing about succeeding is that I wouldn't even ended up to where we gonna end up to in this conversation. But I'll say this: I succeeded with starting. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But succeed and success to me is sustaining and growing it. You know what I'm saying? That didn't happen because I jumped off path and we'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gonna talk. We'll talk about that now.
Yeah.
Cause
I did get it started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got stuff
You
started.
tried,
I didn't
goddamn
stay
it.
with
Yeah.
it, but it produced me enough money to pay my own bills, have my own house, take care of what I need to take care of. But I didn't stay with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I believe it was Tennessee.
What?
So in your journey, because I know we fast forward.
I did that about 3 years. Starting to 2011.
After that, 2011. So we say 2014.
About 2014.
You started back to go down a bad road again, right?
Yep, you can say that.
Yeah.
You can say that.
And then, you want to talk about what it was, but is it Tennessee?
So
I read something.
when you say Tennessee, Tennessee, what you
a
mean?
shooting. A shooting occurred. Was it
Okay,
Tennessee?
so
Am I wrong
I'll
about
make it make sense for you.
Okay,
This is what
okay.
happened, man. 2014, 15, whatever you want to say, some things fell in my lap for me to make money fast. My thing was, I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity to reinvest. Because what happened with the little business, because I started where I started from and didn't know how to, get money to elevate that business. Stuff started to break down. I'm buying used trucks. I did get some new equipment on the Lawncare, but the point was I didn't know how to elevate and grow the business. I didn't have all that. You know what I'm saying? So I say, okay, I could take advantage of this over here and just start to reinvest into my business. That was the mentality, right? But of course, once you go into a certain type of lifestyle, if you're not smart enough, you will lose yourself. And I mean, just choosing it is, not smart enough anyway. But at the same time, I still had an opportunity to actually dabble like I needed to and do what I said I was going to do and get the F on. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't what I did. So that's kind of what led to me moving around, moving through the streets, selling things, so I'm gonna be honest, I was selling stuff. I was going out of town. That's the Tennessee thing, had my homeboys and stuff, man. Go down there, do my thing. For some years, stuff was going the way it was going, whatnot. Just got down there and got out of pocket, man. To be honest, it's really no long story. It's just I always had a way I moved, but this one particular day.
Right. So look, because you just said that. This what I want to. Cause this right here, y'all, is like. I mean, it's probably gonna happen to a lot of people what he about to say, but from here on, it's just like this would an angel come over you. To me, You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
You talking about getting shot the
Yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
just that,
So-
and then the rest of the story too. But
man,
yeah, just explain
real
that.
quick, just real quick. I mean, I'm at a little room, whatnot. I ain't gonna give the full details on that, but outside I'm at the room, boom. There's regular stuff, man. Guy tried to rob me. You know, I had a pocket full of money, all that type of time. Thing was, man, the guy was doing too much. Just my mindset at the time. I gave the guy the money. He wanted too much more of nothing that wasn't, he had the money, man. So I rushed him. We tussled. My thing was I tried to flip this guy off the third floor balcony. He had a little burner. I had him in my grips. He was able to, you know, hit the trigger on the gun a couple times in the stomach, once in the face. Luckily, that one came off my cheekbone, these cheekbones, and I'd be thinking, like, if that thing would have went in the neck or anything a little bit this way, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you on this couch today. You feel me? I could have probably died from the stomach shots. But that was the gist of that. But I'll tell you the story is that man shot me though too. And that crazy type of guy, yeah, man. I still was on him though. He got on, man. I ran around that hotel, man. I was looking for him before it set in. You know, I went to the downstairs and I told them to call the EMS first. And I was winded. I don't know about like burning. I ain't feel none of that. Adrenaline, I guess.
So you shot how many times at the time?
To me, I believe it was 3. I know it was two in the stomach and one went off the like jawbone and came off the cheek and out this and some stuff like that. But yeah. I was still running around and I heard some guy tell me, man, just lay down on the ground, man. You bleeding like a mug. And once I laid on that ground, that's when the adrenaline came down. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was mad cool. It was, you know, it was crazy. Like that situation for me, I'd have seen, but from my experience, the EMS dude put me in the EMS, and all I could think about is now watching my life flash before my eyes, because in my mind, I'm about to die. So I was calm though, and I remember asking the EMS guy, I say, "Dude, you think I'm about to make it?" I'm talking to him just like I'm talking to you too. I say, "Am I gonna die? Am I gonna make it?" He ain't gonna tell me that. He just saying, you. I say, man, but it just be real. If I'm gonna die, let me use the phone, call my OG. You know what I'm saying? So I can at least tell her, look, I'm sorry, I love you. Till, you know, all that type of time. I just want to get a couple words in. If I don't make it, if you think it's looking like the vitals or whatever you getting on the read, you feel me? So I was on that in the EMS. So that was that. I got to the hospital. My peoples came down there. First being the woman that I'm with today, mother of my daughter, she was down there ASAP. Stayed up in there about 8 weeks. Had caught an infection in my stomach, so that kind of delayed my process of coming out, and made me be there for 8 days. They cleared that up, and then got on the plane and came home.
Damn, that's crazy, dog. That's did the guy ever get caught? Do you
Man,
know?
I mean, they came to me, you know, they contacted me saying that they had who they think was this, that, and the
I mean, because
third.
it's in a hotel, so
No, for sure. But this the thing. I won, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, listen, I'm in the streets with it. So that's part of the street stuff. I'm not coming to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably he got down and he almost got me. But, you know, that's a lesson learned for me. I'm not coming to nobody's courtroom, though. Yeah, so
Well,
they just
I mean,
left it
because
alone after that.
So a street code, like that's like.
I mean, well, street code, it's your
Because
street code. Anybody can have their own. Listen, man, that's mine. And that's probably some other people. What I'm saying, I'm dealing in the streets.
Right.
So it's shit that come with the streets.
I was saying, this ain't even here, goddammit. But I feel what you're saying.
No, you moving. Look, I'm not mad at what happened because that's what can happen. You know the game. What I'm mad at myself for knowing and then moving a certain type of way to put myself in the
So if that guy walked in here right now,
I wouldn't know who he was anyway.
Okay.
And that's another thing, right?
Yeah.
Say I was the type of dude to go in.
They could have threw a nigga in there to frame that's like how they did you,
They would
right?
do that. They would do that. Yeah, I had I can remember the dude had dreads, and I remember he had a gold too, because it was in the dark vestibule of the thing. We out the room at that time. I see the dreads, and because it was dark, but when he talked, I could see he had goals in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And but I wouldn't have been able to pick him out of lineup if I wanted to anyway.
Gotcha.
But you know how police do. They'll make you do some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They say that's him type time.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. All right, we gonna move along pretty quickly again. So you survived.
Mm-hmm.
You home with your daughter, right?
No, I ain't had my daughter yet.
Oh, but she was on the way.
No, not even at that point. No. Because that was 2016.
Oh, yeah.
That was 2016, December 8th, when I got shot. So what happened was I got home. I'm at home. I'm trying to heal up. All this stuff happened real quick. I wasn't even home.
Okay.
You say this, I got home around. So it's like Christmas when I'm coming outside or whatnot. And January go, I'm still here. And the situation.
Yeah.
If you want to lead into that.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So I'm sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so pretty much you get into some more bad luck after you heal from all that. You get out.
I wasn't even healed yet. But my stomach, what was it? 16 or 18 staples down it, you know, that go. And I think I had just got the staples out. And I ended up coming outside to move around. Oh, I was on my way back to Tennessee just like that too, just to be honest, because I needed to get my money, you feel me?
You about to go back?
I was about to go back, stomach over. I was waiting to get them staples out, but like I said, my stomach was still not healed properly, but I'm like, bro, I got to get back because I got stuff going on. So I was really preparing to get gone. I ended up staying behind just a couple extra days to do some stuff up here. And then, you know, the situation happened where I caught my next case.
So let's talk about the next case.
Yeah.
So now this time you made the news.
Yeah, made the news. So this again, dealing with the police, you know. So I say this. That situation happening down there, I wasn't never the guy to like always ride around with no guns and that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been that guy, right, in my city. But I say I kept that gun close to me, number one, when I got back to the city. And it's probably partly because, you know, in my mind, ain't nobody going to have a chance. I was slipping then. I ain't about to slip again. You feel me? So it was just one of them regular situations, man. I'm riding down 8 Mile, stop at a gas station. To be exact, 8 Mile, Glastonbury. And them jump out boys come whipping up. You know what I'm saying? Do their little thing like they do, you know, press on you. Talk crazy, whoopty wop. And at that time, I had that gun. You know, I had that gun right there too. And I'm like, damn. So I peeled off on them. I had a whole plan in my head. You know, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm a whoop wop, bend a corner, throw the burner, pull over, stop. I had license, registration. I had license for sure. I had my registration, all that. But they was trying to bust straight up in my joint. You know what I'm saying? They jumped out the whip ready to like kind of pop my doors and just get on tip. So once they did that, I peeled off on their ass. And that's when, as I peeled off, I hit a corner. I actually spun out a little bit, jumped out. Once I jumped out, I'm still shot up, so I couldn't really move, run.
Yeah.
I called myself trying to run and hit a fence. They got to shooting instantly. It was only like 2 shots though, right? This kind of another framing situation, man. This is like another thing, man. I mean, police gonna do what they do, you know, so... You know, in this particular situation, they said I shot at them. They painted a whole story, right? Let's just say that.
Well, now, if you shot at them, you want to be sitting here right now again.
That's, you know, I've been wanting to say this, and I'm glad I'm on your platform to say this, man. There's the thing about that. You know, let's just be real. I'm going to tell you real quick, because I know you only got so much time, man. They say I came to a stop. I pulled my gun up. Right, while I was still in the car, aimed it out the window or some type of time like that. They say I bust 1 shot, then jumped out the whip. And it was 3 police at the scene at the time, and only each police shot 1 time at me. And like I always said, bro, if you pull a gun up, and we talking about the jump out boys, we talking about them boys that really be on that type of time, they ready to pop something. So let's just say I did that. They would have let everybody reload it and let some more out their gun.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so we know that ain't make sense. That's like you can get the paperwork and that's all in the transcripts of what they said happened. I never up no burner, but yeah, I did have a gun. I jumped out. I started running. You know what I'm saying? And I had the gun like whoop, and I was gonna try to run and throw it on wherever, and just my plan again. I was gonna lay down then. That's the plan B because that wasn't my plan A. I had a different plan that really, but it didn't go to where I thought it was gonna go. So yeah, that's how I became newsworthy. It was the storyline.
22 most counts ever.
Yeah, man. Was it? No, I thought that's the most count ever.
Well, it's at the time that's what they was putting out there.
They said that was the most counts ever?
22 charges.
It was more than that, but it was 20 something. But yeah, I think it started at 22 and then it ended up being 26. But damn, if that was the most counts ever, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot for sure because they got a system and how they double up counts and things like that. So it's a whole thing. But yeah, so this is a situation where I know, man, I done effed up. You feel me? But I bonded out immediately. I ain't about doing no county time. I had to fight it from the streets, man. Got me a lawyer, man. But I knew all them charges. This one, I'm gonna have to take a plea. I ain't take a plea that first case. I didn't do it. I took it to trial, got all that time.
I know you like, God damn.
Yeah, so the time I was looking at on this one, bro, I'm like, man, I ain't never coming home. It's over. They might as well give me an L if they don't, because I know I'm gonna be doing 15 or better on the low end. You know what I'm saying? And so, look, to me, considering, like I always say, it worked out, man. I didn't end up, I actually took a plea though to 3 years. Which thanks to, my lawyer at the time, man, he did get that plea for me. I said, man, because I'm looking at these charges. Todd Perkins, man, he well-known lawyer in the city, man, but he got me what I was pretty much like wishing for. It ended up being 5, but because the judge wasn't going for it.
So was it like 3 to 5?
I had initially a 3 to 7 as a plea with the prosecutor, but once we got to court, I'm thinking, okay, that 3, I can, boom, that's straight, man. I'm going here, not this 3, I'll come right back home. The judge he hit me with some stipulation this and OVO or whatever, the numbers and guidelines, and he put 2 more years on there, like 22 more months on there. And I took that too, because at the same time, I can't go to trial. I can't beat all these charges. I did have a gun. I did do the things I did. No, the attempt murders and all that stuff is a lot, but I'm not about to play with no jury. You know what I'm saying? Because the situation, they framed the gun case, shell in the car. They did all that, you know what I'm saying, to cover their ass on the back end. I don't know how they did it. I know I ain't shoot no gun, but of course, my lawyer let me know they claim they found a shell case in the van. It was weird. Don't even make sense if I did shoot the gun, how a shell case end up in a passenger door jam. A bunch of stupid stuff. So anyway, it didn't happen. So, but that's how I go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy, dog. That's crazy. Yeah. So you found guilty. You got to
no. I pleaded out. I didn't get found guilty.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
So I took the plea. I took a plea.
Okay, you took the plea.
Came in, turned myself in. Was able to wait to see my daughter born, which that's when. So my daughter at that time was born. The judge let me stay out another month so I can see that birth. And once she was born, I got about a month and a half or so. And then I had my date to go turn myself in. Yeah.
So you got 5 years. Now, this time, when you're doing this time, you in there doing the worst time, I can't say what I'm about to say, of America. Goddamn it, we going through the COVID joint. Right? So Trump the president.
2020.
Yeah, Trump the president. COVID hits.
Yeah.
How crazy was it in the prison around this time?
Man, so yeah. Just this prison, this second bit was way harder than the first one, man. I'm older. I'm feeling real stupid. Just like I told myself I would never end up in here again. Yeah, so that COVID thing was crazy though. I'll say that. People was dying in there, bro, left and right. It's a scary situation, bro. Like, that be in there. I know it was scary for everybody, no matter where you was at. But being in there, it hit different though. Yeah, so they had
Right,
us
because
locked
I
down.
was
They
just
a
like,
lot of the times they had us locked down for most, like we couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? At some point they started to let us move back around, but for the longest time, man, they had us locked down. If they thought you had it, man, they was putting you in a hold. I ended up in a hold multiple times, didn't even have it, as far as them testing me.
yeah.
And so you would get put in the hole, stuff like that, man. It was crazy. It's really no extra way. It's just it was nuts. And they didn't know what to do.
Right,
You know what I'm
because
saying?
but the only way that COVID got into prison was from the guards and
Oh,
shit, right? Or well, what you call
I
them?
mean, one would
It's the only
assume.
way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because they got to come in there. They come into the world. So that's simple math. Probably, yeah. The guards would bring it in, and that's how it spread it. So it was what it was. Yeah, yeah. But it was crazy. But I made it through
So it
that.
was people like
Oh yeah,
they was
people.
dying in that bitch, huh?
Well, yeah, for sure. A lot of people died. A lot of people died. Just like a lot of people died out here. So yeah, a lot of people died. A couple of people I knew, homeboys that I knew personally that I talked to,
So
walked
you
with.
scared as hell, huh? About
Yeah,
that part, yeah.
for sure,
yeah.
for sure, man. I'm like, man,
Did
don't
you
tell
catch
me.
it
So
in prison?
you know what I think? I think before it became nationally known,
You guys,
I think I had it for one day. Like, as far as the symptoms of it, I had before they started announcing it all on TV and stuff. It was like a day or however many days prior. I had some chills, a cold, sweating, and all this stuff through the night. And it was just a one night thing though. I was in my bed, wrapped in blankets, sweating, and like, what the F is going on? And when I woke up, I felt straight though. And then so many days, all this COVID stuff started happening.
Did you
know
have a
what I'm saying?
celly at that time?
Yeah,
when you
for
feeling
sure.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know he probably was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh no, you know what though? I think for some reason I might have not had a bunkie at that time either. Because I was in a level 1 and it was a certain type of setup. I don't even know if I had a bunkie the particular night I went through them cold sweats and all that type of stuff. But it was a 2-man bunk room. I did have a bunkie at some point.
Right. So look, we talked about the shooting. I forgot to mention that I'm hearing that, surgically one of the
Yeah.
No, watch this though. Surgically one of the bullets couldn't get out, right?
Well, no, multiple, because I still got one in me.
Okay.
So if I say I was shot twice, one of the bullets came out 20, I don't know. What was that?
Why you was in
I was in that level 1. I was at Macomb
Yeah.
level 1 at the time. And I knew something was going on because I could keep feeling this pressure in the stomach and this like weird stuff. And it's like I could feel the metal under the skin. So I was knowing that it was pressing itself. I'd have seen it happen before.
So the shit
this is my first time, but I just had homeboys that I would watch them pop bullets out of them that they were shot, and then eventually it work its way up to the surface sometimes. Sometimes bullets just do that, you know what I'm saying?
And that bitch is just work its way and sit there and you can just pop it out like a pimple?
Well,
Like a
it
blackhead,
kept pressing its way up. So once it got through the skin, and it was there enough, I went on and grabbed it and got it out.
That's crazy.
So I wanted to mess with the COs, so I took it up to the COs, man. And they didn't know what it was. They almost put me in the hole because they thought somebody probably stabbed me. They didn't want to believe what I was trying to tell them happened at the time. But because they was cool, they like, oh, okay. They seen the thing. I said, bro, yeah, this one just popped. Okay. That's 4 years later that thing came out.
Right. So that it just worked its way through your body and like, hey, get me out of here.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. But that's how it go. Like I said, I got a homeboy one homeboy for sure. I watched him go through that type of situation out here.
Like he sitting next to you, he like, dog.
Yeah, he had one. Yeah, I think he had one come out his hip or something.
No, so when you say come out, so your stomach, your skin is just like it is now.
Your body gonna push foreign objects out of you like that anyway. It's just, I think that's what it is. It's like a natural thing. It's a foreign object in there, so your body gonna kind of work that mug up out of your body.
This what I'm trying to get. This is what I'm confused at, right? So my stomach right now, this seems like some thick skin. Only way something come out of out of, you know what I'm saying, out of your body is through vomit or your ass, right?
Well, I think it was
But if you
through
can-
the hole, though. It was through the hole that it went in. It was sitting there. It wasn't in all deep inside.
Got you.
I don't believe.
So it
Don't
was
get me
just
the line, but I felt it from the initial time it happened. I always felt like it was something right there, and I can press on it, and it's like, damn, that's a bullet or something up in there. So initially, I always felt that anyway. So it was kind of in there in the fat tissue, I guess. So it wasn't like it was in all the way in. This other one that's in me moving around all up and still moving around to this day a little bit.
So is that bullshit the doctors could tell you? You feel me? Because if it's like that, why they couldn't get it?
Because you probably ain't got the right type of hair care where they gonna even take their time to do nothing like that.
They're
You know what I'm saying?
hey.
They repaired my intestines and they said, God, we ain't doing all the extras. And sometimes it could be in a certain position where they don't want to mess with it. I don't know though. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that all the shit is bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely truth to that too. It's
it's just like, so this I look at it, just to jump off subject real quick, but it's the same thing. The goddamn medical facility is just like the car shop.
Yeah.
You feel me?
No,
they will. You know what I'm saying? They would do just enough to get your ass
it's all about
moving.
money, bro.
Yeah.
So it's all about money, and it's not really caring about people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Or
so
your car,
they care
whatever.
more
That's
about
exactly
money
how
for
it is.
sure than they actually gonna care about you as a person and human being. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's just what that shit is.
Yeah.
All right, so what would you tell your younger self back then? Like,
not to fuck up. No, for real. No, man. Do better, man.
Yeah.
No, I say this though.
Just based off your experience.
I had 2 sons, man, and that put a strain on that. And that's why I say I wish I was here to, tell them what, like you phrased, as my younger self. You know how our parents did the same thing. They lived life, and of course, they got things they could tell us that we don't want to listen to. But just telling my younger self something, man, it's just like, to be honest, man, I should have stayed the course. You know what I'm saying? I should have definitely, I just wasn't really, everything I'd have went through, I would say I was for sure better than that. Just like most people and that's not trying to say nobody else. It's just, I was definitely different enough, strong enough, man, to say I took a different path. You know what I'm saying? And being in a different place in my life at this point. And just telling your younger self something, man, that's really it, man. And just telling even the younger youth out there, man, like they say, stay out them streets, bro. It ain't nothing gonna come good from it, man. Prison or death. You see what I'm saying? And we done heard this a lot of times. I survived death, but I didn't survive going to prison. You see what I'm saying? But I experienced a taste of both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what's gonna happen, though. You know, and that's a choice you make. You can make a different choice, man. And that's what I tell them.
So, what your younger self?
My younger self.
So, have you found a new purpose?
For sure.
New passion.
For sure.
Just being,
Yeah, it starts with my daughter, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like 7 years old, like I said, having to do that time, And it's like I never left, man. Me and her, man, our bond, man. And I was thankful for that, man, to come home. And like I say, all credit to her mother, my woman that held me down, that I'm still with to this day. She supported me through everything, you know what I'm saying? That's where the purpose starts. You know what I'm saying? For sure, man. Making sure I stay here for her and do better for her. But it's also doing better for myself. You know what I'm saying? And my legacy. I'm big on that. Like at this, I feel like I still got a chance, right, to salvage some life, man, and still do some positive things, right, and leave a better positive footprint. For while I was here. And that's really it, man. I don't make it no complicated thing. That's the sum of it. I want to just enjoy my life, man. I want to make sure I leave some things. I got a grandson now, man. Leave some stuff, for my kids as they can take and use, man, to, have them a better life. I'm sure they're going to have their own dreams and aspirations, but if I can leave something behind, wealth-wise, that make it easier on them to just enjoy and experience life and don't have to just be so, you know, like we get caught up in wanting that money, man, and chasing that money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, and even if you ain't chasing money illegally or legally, it takes a lot of time.
From your family and
Yeah,
love.
and I'm a
goddammit.
guy that want to own my 24. I want to create the type of lifestyle through my business ventures, man, that where I can actually have time to really spend with my family. You know what I'm saying? That's really the purpose, man, and just enjoy the rest of my life. That's really my goal.
Dope.
It ain't
dope,
really no big thing to it.
dope.
Yeah.
So, Duke is doing something out here. You got a camera right there. You gonna promote what you're doing right now, dog?
Yeah. So right now, I just I did it again, but I'm doing a little bit bigger and better. I got the landscaping going on, protected and connected landscaping. You can hit me up. I'm sure we link all the information
sure.
to that.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I got a Facebook page, Protected and Connected Lawncare. You go to my Facebook. I will be putting my YouTube channel together for the business, and Instagram, I'm gonna get that going and things like that. But yeah, I'm out there with that, man. And that's really where I'm starting at. But one of my real goals is to get into this real estate game. And I want to buy properties, and that's really always was one of the things I really wanted to do. But I'm doing this landscaping thing right now, and yeah, trying to grow that, supply a couple of little jobs for guys, man, make a little good, decent living off of, and just keep, elevating from there.
For sure. Well, look, dog, appreciate you coming through doing this, man.
Yeah.
You're going to do everything you said, because I see your growth already, man.
Oh, man, listen. Yeah. They say don't never say never, but I tell you this, man, I'm 43. And like I said, man, you can choose the life you want. You know what I'm saying? Like we make our life what it is. I'm a believer in that. You are the creator, man. You can create good things or you can create bad things. You know what I'm saying? So me knowing that is just staying focused, staying disciplined, man, staying with my family and keeping that at the forefront of my mind, man. And just, you know what I'm saying? That's it. It ain't, no secret sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
I think it's real simple, man, to win out here. Just, you gotta want to do
get
it.
their mental right.
That's it, man. That's a lot of people. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on out here, but yeah, that's pretty much, man. Just stay in your pocket, stay in your lane, and stay tunnel vision to the goals that you got going on, man.
Great advice, dog. Great advice. Yeah, great advice. Well, shit, we out of here. God damn it. Hey, till next time, KIWR TV will be more interviews. Appreciate y'all watching the show. Peace.
You are now watching KIWR.